happy Monday once again, everyone. Bryan Devore with Devore Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, California Properties, here with another Monday market moment. Some interesting numbers to talk about today. Interested to see what your thoughts are if you want to respond. So first, of course, we're going to talk about the latest stats. The HomeDex report is out for last month, and we're going to take a look back at the pandemic because it started 2 years ago in March, and the stats that we have are from March. So we can take a look at comparison and contrast for the last couple of years. Some unique homes for sale and the features that bring the most value. Interesting study that was recently done. You might be surprised by what it says. All right, but first, the totals. Right now, we have 2,236 homes for sale in San Diego County. It's a big increase of 180 from last week, which was already up from the week before. So last week we crossed the 2,000 threshold. Now we're well into that. Meanwhile, pending sales were down 60, 3,230. So are we seeing a slight correction in the market? Could be. Months of inventory, 0.75. That's up 0.06 from the week before, which was down 0.6 the week before that. So kind of bouncing around. All right, what happened in the last week? We saw 1,082 homes come on the market. That's an increase from the week before of 68. 630 homes went into escrow. That's down slightly from last week. New pendings listed within the last week, 49. So 8% of the homes that went pending were only listed for a week. And then 73% of the homes that were listed, that went pending rather in the last week, had been on the market for less than or equal to 2 weeks. And number of closed sales, 548. That's down 52. It's a big drop from the week before. And the median list price, 837. That's a huge increase of 34,500. Talked about this before. The median list price and sales price seems to bounce around quite a bit over week to week, but over a longer period of time, you start seeing the trends. Median sales price, 870. That's up 20,000 from last week. The average days on market is 13, up just 1 day from last week. The least expensive sale, again in Borrego Springs. I think almost every single week that we've been doing this, Borrego Springs had the least expensive sale, $44,900,000. And the most expensive sale was in Rancho Santa Fe this week, $16,500,000. Keep Borrego Springs in mind for just a moment once we get into the HomeDex report. And then the chart showing the active pendings and solds from the last week. Inventory, again, is creeping up higher and higher, and number of pendings and sales dropping a little bit. And then the median list price and sales price, again, sort of bouncing around from week to week, but still on the increase. So here's the HomeDex report provided by the North San Diego County Association of Realtors. There's 2 reports. There's the market watch and the leading indicators, or the monthly indicators. This one is the monthly indicators that shows you sort of the all properties combined, attached and detached, new listings, pending sales, etc. Why I like this report is it compares this year versus last year, and it goes from year to date, last year to this year. As you can see, new listings down 16%, pending sales down also not as much, 10.4%. Closed sales also down 14%, but you don't have as much to sell. You can't sell as many homes. Days on market down 23% from the year before, which is already low. Median sales price up 25%, average sales price up almost 28%. Percentage of original price received, 106.7%. So that means homes are selling for about 6.7% above list price. Inventory of homes for sale dropping quite a bit. Affordability down. So we'll talk about those in just a moment in a little bit more detail. New listings. So if you look at 2 years ago when the pandemic began, in the month of March, we saw 1,282 homes come on the market. And then the year after that, just slightly lower than that. And then this year, quite a big drop. That's for the detached homes. For attached homes, kind of similar. Year to date, you can see the downward trend for both attached and detached homes. Pending sales, that's where the biggest difference was. Pending sales in the month of March, you had homes in escrow, and a lot of them just fell right out of escrow. So there were only 762 homes that were in escrow through the month of March. Then the year after that, last year, jumped up quite a bit to 1,149, down a little bit this year because not as many homes to sell. Same thing for attached homes. And then year to date, you can kind of see the same trend lines. Closed sales down they were 907 a couple years ago. Last year up 1,044. This year down a little bit. So some interesting numbers to look at for closed sales too. This is where you also see a huge discrepancy. There were 2,590 homes for sale in San Diego County this time, or March 2 years ago. That dropped by over 1,000 to 1,438 last year. And then this year, only 634 for the month of March. So you can see the huge decrease in inventory, which is where the market situation is right now for people looking to buy. There's just not enough inventory. Days on market until sale, again, a huge discrepancy. March of a couple of years ago, when the pandemic began, we were about 35 days on market. And because of the lack of inventory, it dropped down to 18 last year, down to 14 this year. That's for the detached homes. For the attached homes, from 26 to 16 to 12. So you can kind of see we were in a normal market leaning towards sellers 2 years ago, and then the wheels fell off and it just became even more of a seller's market. Median sales price also, you can see the sharp increase year over year over year. And this is where we have a problem of housing affordability. You can see affordability was about 52 a couple of years ago, down to 30 for the detached homes. For the attached homes, from 76 down to 46. So affordability is still an issue, becoming increasingly more so. The Market Watch report, and this shows the different quadrants of the county. We have East County, Metro, which is downtown and the areas around it, North County, and South County. And pretty much across the board, median sales price is up for every single quadrant between 11% and 32%. The percentage of original price received, all up, way over list price. Days on market down for 3 of the 4 quadrants, but actually up in South County just a little bit. And then closed sales, but mixed, up in East County, but down in the other areas. Again, just not enough homes to sell right now. Diving deeper into one of the quadrants, East County, and the reason why I wanted you to remember Borrego Springs, take a look at Borrego Springs. So the median sales price in that community, it's $420,000. It's an increase of almost 91%. And days on market has been plummeting down to 35. Closed sales also down 37%. Again, not a lot to sell, but still 17 sales. So even though we talk about the least expensive home week after week being in Borrego Springs, we still have an increase in pricing in Borrego Springs year over year. All right, some unique homes for sale. There's 2 of them right there. Got this from Realtor.com. The one on the top is $699,900. It's a 3-bedroom home in Lutz, Florida, and it was the location for the 1990 Tim Burton movie, Edward Scissorhands, starring Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder. So that was the home that Johnny or Edward lived in. Kind of interesting. And then the one on the bottom kind of looks like a boat, doesn't it? Well, it's about 300 miles northwest of Plymouth Rock. It's a 3-bedroom home designed to resemble the Mayflower, and it's for sale for $159,000. Interesting why someone would want to build a house that looks like a boat, let alone the Mayflower. A couple interesting homes there. All right, and finally, the features that bring the greatest value. This was a good article that I saw, and it's in the Constant Contact email that you can see. What are some of the things that bring the most value for a home? The top 3 things overall: pot filler sink, 3.2% increase in a home's value if you have a pot filler sink. Pendant lights, so those kind of drop down lights you see in the kitchen, 2.66% increase. Under cabinet lighting, 2.48%. So those are the top 3 things that can add value to your home. All right, features by room. Bathroom, a double sink vanity will add 2.35% in value. The bedroom, if you have an ensuite bathroom, that will increase the value by 1.41%. If you have a fireplace in your living room, your home is worth 1.97% more. And then outdoors, if you have a kitchen, you have barbecue, sink, etc., that increases the value by 2.05%. And what is the one single feature that will increase the value of your home if you live in San Diego County? Oh, I've missed the kitchen, by the way. Pot filler sink was there at 3.2%, which was the #1 overall. Okay, the #1 feature in San Diego is a kitchen island at 2.53%. So if you're thinking about remodeling your home, add an island, you'll add 2.53% in value to your home, roughly speaking. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. Hope you enjoyed all the information. If you want to subscribe to the Monday Market Moment, go ahead and send me an email or go to my website. You can sign up to get not only this video, but all of the articles that I found interesting for the week, featured listing, etc. If you have any questions, give me a call. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday on the next Monday Market Moment. Have a great day and great week.
You've been watching Monday Market Moment. Be sure to follow us on Facebook. And please share this week's update with friends.